cop spotted near your location. Keep your scanners off.
Hello everyone, welcome, my name's Ali. Today I've got something a little bit different for you guys. This is brand new Need for Speed Rivals gameplay. This is the new Need for Speed game that isn't out yet and won't be out until the end of 2013. But I was lucky enough, while I was at E3 earlier this week, to get this gameplay for you guys. I was able to play the game. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to let you know exactly what's happening within this gameplay, what I thought of it, and all of that good stuff. Now, one thing to point out quickly is, unfortunately, there's the occasional black flicker on screen. That's just an issue with the recording software I had to use at the event, but it doesn't take away from the gameplay experience. It still looks absolutely fantastic. I believe the game is built upon the Frostbite engine, so the engine used to make Battlefield. That's why it looks so good. And I actually played Need for Speed Most Wanted, the new version, last year, just before Black Ops 2 came out, because I'm a big fan of the Need for Speed series, and I went back and compared that footage to this footage, and you can really see the step up in gameplay and the step up in graphics of this game. It looks phenomenal. One big thing to point out is the actual environment and the surrounding of the game, and also the weather effects. Just about halfway through this footage, you're going to see the weather change to a rainy, sort of stormy-like environment, and you can just see how amazing it looks. But Need for Speed Rivals and what's going on the screen, there is actually two teams battling it out, and there's a Team Racers, which I'm on at the moment, and Team Cops. If you guys would like to see the Team Cops gameplay, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to share that with you guys, just to show you a sort of different perspective of these two teams going on. So basically both teams are competing for as many speed points as possible. At the moment I have around 4,000 speed points. You get more speed points for doing actions within game. You get lots of speed points for actually completing mini races in game. You get speed points for drifting around corners, smashing up the enemy team's cars. All of these things can earn you points, but you don't have to do anything. It's up to you. On the right hand side you can see a list of things that you can complete to gain extra bonus points, and just above the speed dial you have two team abilities. You have two team abilities as the racer team, you have two team abilities as the cop team. These two team abilities have to be charged up before they can be used, and they are assigned to the triangle and circle button if you're on PS3. I was actually using a PS4 controller while playing this game, so it was cool to get hands on with that, and if you're on the Xbox you would use the Y or B button to actually use these abilities. And just here I use the turbo ability, and I just run over a spike strip from the enemy team, and that's one of the other enemy teams or the cop team's abilities. But going back to the turbo boost, the turbo boost will give you a huge jolt of power. You can't steer very much while you're using this turbo boost. You essentially want to use it on straight lines, or if you're trying to take out an enemy vehicle. You can also use a standard boost, but it's nowhere near like the turbo boost. You just hold X or the A button if you're on the Xbox, and you can then get a small sort of boost of speed, and you'll see blue flames coming out of the back of my car when I use that one. The other ability you get to use as a racer is the EMP, and this is actually an ability that the cops get to use as well, so it's one that either team can use, and it's a very good way of slowing down and taking out the electronics of the opponent's car. And you have to lock onto the enemy car to do that, and once you've locked onto them you hit the button, you use the ability, and it essentially disables a lot of the car's abilities and slows them right down. Both teams get to use that, and as I also just pointed out, the cop team get to use spike strips. These spike strips can be laid down, of course, if you're ahead of a racer and if the car goes over it. So for example, if I went over the spike strip which you saw earlier, you slow down a lot, your wheels will become deflated, and then to restore your car at any points, including the wheels, you can go through a rebuilding house or a repair house, and then that will restore your car as if it was brand new. Now, going back to speed points, this is important because this is what all of this racing is about. This is what it comes down to once the match finishes. Which team has the most amount of speed points? As a racer, I'm going around doing challenges, trying to build up my speed points, but they aren't locked into my team until I go past or go through a safe house. Then all of the speed points I have at that moment in time are locked into my team score. But at the moment, as you can see, I'm getting slammed by an enemy cop car, and what the cop cars want to do is take out the racers. If they take out the racers fully so that the car is immobilized, then that cop car will steal all of the speed points from the car that they just took out and take them as their own. So the cop cars are really dangerous. You essentially as a racer just want to stay away from them. You don't want to go anywhere near them, because if they do take you out, you're going to lose all of your speed points unless they've already been banked in a safe house. Now just here, the enemy cop car actually gets an EMP locked onto me, completely disables my car, smashes all the windows. At this point I'm driving a lot slower, the controls are even harder to use than they were normally, and what I want to try and do is get to a actual repair house as quickly as possible. This will restore all the features of my car and mean I can get on with my racing without being worried about being EMP'd. Now the moment you get EMP'd, whether or not you're a racer or a cop car, you essentially want to use that time, if you're a cop car, to fully take out the car, or if you're a racer, just essentially to get away from the cop car, or if you're feeling really ballsy, try and take out the enemy cop car yourself. But the cop cars, they're built to take out enemy cars. You as a racer are built for speed. So just here I go through the repair tool, and this brings us to the end of the Need for Speed Rivals gameplay. So hopefully you've enjoyed there, something a little bit different. I'm sure you agree with me that the game does look really, really cool. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below, and let me know if you want to see some of the cop car racing as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure you're checking out all of my recent videos from E3 covering the Xbox One and the PS4, and of course Call of Duty Ghost information. I'll have some Battlefield 4 multiplayer gameplay that I played myself out later today, so watch out for that, and I'll see you guys on my next video.